Thank you. I don't know how it is. The connection is not the best, but I wonder if you're getting me. Are you getting me?
Yes. Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, okay. Let us deal with the Bororo, whatever thing you call it, and their self-defense theory. First, let us agree that Ambazonia, just like most African countries, were made up of different communities, different ages, different ethnic groups. So there's not going to be disagreements between those communities over some farming, over some boundaries, over they are part and parcel of our Cameroonian, our Ambazonian, our African communities. But the role of government is to stop that, to regulate that, to regulate that, because that's the role of government. If the government is not regulating it, it becomes a free-for-all zone for crime. I was a lawyer in Boya for a long time, and I went even to DOP. I went to many places. I would do cases that concern intercommunal disagreements. Everywhere, you can find the Balis fighting the Bafuts, quarreling with the Bafut, not fighting. You can find the Mentas quarreling with the Ingis. You can find that everywhere, in every county in Ambazonia. The center is government is exploiting those things for their own good. And this is particular. The history of the Bororos in this struggle is already so well known that government has used them to create havoc on the people they believe are not subservient to them. And so remember Ngaribu. In Ngaribu, they used the Bororos, they recruited them, went down and killed people, burned down villages, killed children, killed women. And so the idea of self-defense is absolutely not applicable here. Against no attack, even by the own words. For some defense, you think that someone will attack you, and then you go and attack the person. That is only possible in the most primitive society. Otherwise, whether the sous-prefect, the prefect, the gendarmes, and the police, what is their role? Will report it to the gendarmes or to the police. And let us remember this. As long as we remain in this struggle, La République, which is the occupation force, which is the occupation administration, they still have responsibility for your security. They still have responsibility for your justice. And so if fire, they still have responsibility to put out fire when they are burning, because that's the role of the colonial occupier. That's happened to us. Before independence, our defense lay in the hands of the British. That of Cameroon, East Cameroon, lay on defense in the hands of the French. And so government has abandoned it. Government is exploiting that to show vengeance against people they don't agree with. Are the Bororos only found in SOP or somewhere in Dongamatun? No. Cows are reared everywhere in Ambazonia, in different communities. So why should this one be so different? I've had the opportunity to issue, which is what is there. It's so well documented. It is regulated even by text. It is a poorly managed, a poorly administered problem. So they're attacking them for what? Their cows were not grazing on their farms. And so what are they burning their houses and killing people for? Just because you are called the Bororos and us are not the Bororos? That is not acceptable. The question of farmer grazier, your cows are coming to graze on somebody's farm. That is solvable. You just need to divide the area, give every farmer their own portion, give every cattle rearer their own portion, and they fence it, rear their cows within that confinement. You make your gardens within the confinements of your compound. You can rear 1,000 cows within a space of 500 square meters. All what you need to do is to give them the feed. You can grow that grass. farm vegetable in 20 hectares of land. 10 square meters can give you all the vegetable that you need in your house. All, but it all depends upon how the administration, the so-called government, manages those crises. As far as this is concerned, it is not a farmer grace issue. It is not a bureau or other committee. No, it is a government orchestrated action to punish people, to deal, because we're fighting this previous struggle. Again, I've always given this example. What happened in Garbo? Because this
Varsity
that
Basia,
they hired
I'd say
the
you were
Bororos,
right about your network.
gave them arms, went down and did all those things they did, killed people.
Varsity Basia would have to um, get over to Commander Elvis to share
There's
his
total
message of
complicity
indeed your
in
network
the
is
crime.
breaking badly.
Even though they pretended to punish the soldiers who were never
Can you
punished,
hear me, Barrister Basia?
nobody. And so what happened to the arms that were given to the Bororos? They disappeared into thin air with it. I'm sure that is something they're using in SOP,
So,
and they'll continue to use it somewhere else.
Barrister Basia.
And again, to end this segment, where the Njera, where the Ngala Gerard, I think they come from Donga Mountain. They orchestrated this harm on their own people just for to gain popularity, to look for political spoils, to support their claim for so-called Nkambe region, which is a political achievement, which means no achievement.
Political spoils.
The Duncan Mountain region, what difference will it be? How different will it be from the Mezam? How different will it be from the Northwest, or from the Southwest, or from the East? Absolutely nothing. And so the idea of self-defense is a smokescreen by the government. Because if you ask those do they even know what is meant by self-defense? They don't know what is meant by self-defense. Someone is orchestrating discourse with their neighbors to promote a government agenda
All right, Barrister
and
Basia, I want to
community.
be sure you can hear me.
Like Mr. Tucker said, these things.
Barrister Basia. All right, like I was saying, but sadly, I don't think you could hear me. I was saying your line has been breaking, and you were correct when you say the network is not favorable on your
Require
end. But of course, we still have,
forever.
but of course, we still have Commander Elvis in the studios, whom I'd like to react to this because this, of course, is another situation or violence in Ambazonia. And of course, like Barrister Basia said, these people do not know what self-defense really is because attacking innocent people who are unarmed is not in anywhere in the world tagged self-defense. But then Commander Elvis, this is what the people of Ambazonia have to face, different fronts. We have the war already going on and then the Mboros constantly causing suffering. But this recent case in SOP where they say it was only an act of self-defense, what would you say to that?
Thank you again, Star, for that question. Um, as you know, La Republique has deployed divide and conquer tactics, which is what they're trying to use in this scenario. As Barstembesa was trying to explain, they have tried to stuck on old wounds to find some of those areas where we had some internal conflicts, and they instigate those conflicts to come out to an all blown out war. They would rather see us fight each other and kill ourselves. As you know, the enemy of your enemy becomes your friend. So in this case, they will stuck the wounds between the Bororo communities in that area and the civilian community, and then sit behind and pump the Bororos to go out and attack the civilian of course, knowing fully well that our ARFs, our ASAs are going to come out to the defense of the population. So La Republique is fully behind these acts. It's not just the Mboro community. We understand that there always a community, have been a minority community in some of these places, and their primary survival method is through the cattle rain. So they always find a way, even when you had the Ngabo incident, where they were actually killed because of the fact that the cattle was grazing in the civilian farms, and that is already a point of contention, therefore, between the Bororos and the civilians within that community. Um, so our ASAs have to be fully armed, equipped, to be able to defend the population against such kind of actions. We understand that this is not a situation peculiar just to Ndonga. We've had certain areas that have come up with such infighting, and that is why at the national and local level, we do have some of our community leaders down there, other than our Amazonian state armies, that are able to intervene and resolve some of these disputes. We had the local government areas, and some of these local government areas, they have their prisons. In those prisons, you have their heads of those areas that have been designated for conflict as such to be resolved amicably. It's not all conflict that you resolve with a gun or a weapon, but some of these things just need understanding, like Barrister was explaining. If you could, you know, get some elders to petition some land and design that as grazing land, I sure would assure you that some of these infightings would be curbed. However, La Republique would not let it slide like that. They will use every opportunity in the book to stop this fighting so they can lay back and drink their eat their popcorn and watch us go at loggerheads with each other, and hoping that they will receive the trophy at the end of the day. We just have to understand this and be wise enough and not fall into their booby traps. Thank you.
Thank you to Commander Elvis. That was a beautiful statement right there, and you couldn't have said it any better. Well, it's at this juncture we'll let you go, and as always, it's been a pleasure having you here on Undaunted tonight. Have a great night, Commander Elvis, while we get on with the news.
Hi, thank you, Smart, for inviting us, having us over. It was a pleasure.
All right. Barrister Mbasia, while we hope that your network gets better, would like to get on a report of concern talking about the ICG. Would like to get on that report and have you take on that ball while you get your network better for us to come back to you. We'll take this report of Abdul Karim still in detention. Well, Cameroon's prison in crisis with insufficient food, medical care, and rising debt. We'll take a look at this video first.